All right. Hey, Olivia. Thank you so much for sending your assessment videos in. Um, I just want to say that I'm really impressed because I know you have a lot on your plate with work as a body worker, as a wife, as a mother, um, to a little one. So I know trying to get all of this done and create the perfect setting and all of that is not easy. So just, kudos to you for doing that. And then I also want to say I'm gonna kind of run through the main things that I noticed in your assessment, and then sort of the details and nitty-gritty stuff we'll get into more in our sessions, as we're working together. So also, if there are things that you're noticing that I'm not noticing, or something you maybe feel like I missed, or have questions about, just kind of put all of that together and send me a message or kind of save that, and we'll go over it on our next call together. So I'm just going to work through this, first looking at your uh, resting stances, then we'll look at your squat and hinge, the hinge being the forward fold, and then I'll look at your walk, and then I'll look at your run. So first, when I look at your uh, resting stance here from the front, um, I want to point out first your feet. If you can kind of see here, I'm gonna draw on here a little bit, and please bear with me because this is a new program, so for me, so I'm working through it. I notice that your feet point out a little bit here. I'd love to see those toes actually pointing straight, and then I actually also want to look at your knees. So something that I've learned is that the knees are kind of a window to the hips. And so I'm noticing here that your, uh, let's see, it looks like the right knee is pointing out a little bit more than the left. Both of them point out a little bit. I think, what we want to see ideally in this stance is tensioning from the backside. So we want the knees to be more neutral or straight along with the feet. So again, nothing super crazy, but I also, from this, I'll go back to the feet real quick here. To me, it looks like the right is collapsing in just a little bit compared to the left. The left, it looks like your arch is pumped up, which is awesome. The right looks like a little bit of collapsing. I'm gonna overlay this little AI human stick figure here so that you have a better idea of it, and then I'll show you. Um, this is the shape that I want to really work on here. This area, um, we've got a little bit of a K shape here. And again, I want to point out this is not a ton. I've seen more of this in other clients. So with a little bit of work and cleanup and focus, I have full faith that you're gonna get yourself into that bow shape, and we'll talk about that more. But what we really want to see is more of the shape, kind of. This is an exaggerated version of that, but we want to, yeah, kind of pull things out a little bit more. So moving forward, I want to take, yeah, we're looking at the knees there, kind of pointed that out. We're going to look at your right side here. So I'll let you get settled here, and you did everything really great. I love how you took a couple of steps just to get yourself settled. Um, I'm gonna draw another line. Uh, what we, ooh, sorry. Like I said, I am still getting used to this program. That's not what we want to do. How did I do this before, Jen? What did we do here? How did we do this? We did it once before, and we're gonna do it again. Ha 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 ha. How did I do it? Did I do it like this? Is that what we did? God damn it. How the fuck did I do that? Okay, okay. Was it this? Okay. Sorry, that was a little bit unprofessional of me. Okay, so you got this 90-degree line coming up, and I just want to point out this actually looks really good. So I'm drawing a line from your ankle to your knee, to your hip, to your shoulder, to your ear. And ideally, this is falling into a relatively straight line, and it looks pretty neutral to me. You've got your front half of your body and the back half of your body pretty much half and half here, um, which is great. This shows me that you are balanced on your feet and that there is some pull to your back chain, and it's not all dumping to the front. So I just want to make sure we look at that from all angles. Point out a couple more things here. As we turn to the back, again, I'm just gonna highlight that we've got this K-shape a little bit. And I'm just highlighting this for you, not to scare you or anything, but there's just more of this going on the right side than the left side. So there's something up there, there's something sticky there. And shoulders and hips, there's a little bit of, you know, not completely straight, but again, let's not get too deep into the weeds there. But what's really interesting to me is as we move to your left side here, we're going to make this line again 90 degrees roughly. You are pulling more to the front side here, so just a lot more of your body is pulling to the front, which tells me you're engaging more of your quads and not your back chain muscles. So just kind of interesting, that we're seeing something different on the left than the right. I think that you have the ability to have a neutral stance, but for some reason you do like to pull forward a little bit. So that's something that I definitely want to work on with you. I think that you're going to feel a lot of things in the first couple of weeks that we work together. So those are kind of some of the main things I noticed in your resting stances here. And then we're going to get into the mobility. So your squat and your hinge. So let's see, I believe you did some squatting first. And, I do also want to point out that, again, this is subtle, but just watch your left foot as you get into the squat. When you come up, I guess you do it a little bit with your right too. There's a little bit of shifting around as you get down into the squat. And I noticed that more with your left foot, like there's this shift over to the right, a little bit of a pull to the right. So yeah, let's see you get into that squat here, which, okay, also want to point out that awesome, you can get into a resting squat. There are some things that we can clean up, but this is amazing. A lot of people can't do this, and just kudos to you for being able to get down there. Again, we're seeing the feet pointed out here, which we'd really like to see those pointed in. So, yeah, let's see. Oh, also the knees do rotate outward a bit. There is more that we could clean up there, but that's a really great place to start. So you're not getting stuck there. You can make it down to the ground. You can actually rest there pretty comfortably. Um, I think that we're missing a little bit of ankle rotation here, so let's just go through your side views as well. We get into the hinge, the forward fold. One of the biggest things I notice here is that um, your shoulders and your hips uh, tilt here, and I think that there's a little bit of twist going on, possibly just a little bit of scoliosis. Maybe you have some more length on one side of your back. You know, a lot of people have that. Don't get too stuck in that story. Just a couple of things I'm noticing, and that's creating some tension in your hips, which we will be able to clean that up as well. Okay. All right, let's see you from the right side. So, okay, super cool that you can do this. Like, amazing. You can get into that squat, just beautiful. Um, but with this, you do, your chest is actually rolled forward a little bit here. So I'd love to see you be able to keep that chest upright a little bit more. But I do like how you pull those hips back, getting down into that squat, which is great. You have awareness there. So awesome. And then in your forward fold and your hinge, there's there's a little bit of hips pulling back, but we can do more here. I know that you can do more here. I see that you have some tensioning on the backside, which is great, but I can also see in this that the feet are pointed out. So in that forward fold, we want to see the knees actually rotating in, and in the squat, the knees will rotate out. So just some key things to keep in mind there. Let's look at you from the back, just so we can see another angle here, giving us lots of data, lots of inputs. So, okay, this is cool. As you get down into your squat, you are your knees are rotating out a bit. Still more we can do. Um, there is a line here. I can't zoom in with this program, unfortunately, but you can see there's a little bit of the collapsing here. There's a curve in your Achilles, so that right foot likes to collapse. You want to see those feet become straight, and then the left side's doing a pretty good job, but we want to make those pretty close to even if we can, which we can. We definitely will work on that. Okay, forward fold. From this view, your feet look pretty straight, so I think, there's awareness happening there. What else? I took some notes. Let me just run through these real quick. Also wanted to point out that you are able to get your palms on the ground. So you have the length, you have the flexibility in your hamstrings, which is great. We might take a little bit of extra time so that we can find, so that, to help you find the tensioning in the backside. Flexibility is great, and with people who, especially women who have more flexible hamstrings, it can be a little challenge to find that tension and pulling back. So let's see. We want to see if your knees are rotating inward. You know, in the forward fold, it looks like your knees are staying pretty straight, and we want to see some more of that rolling inward. So, you know, I know I'm repeating myself here, but these are just a couple of things I'm pointing out so that you can take note of them. A little bit of imbalance in your hips when you get down into the squat, but you know, pretty mobile here, which is awesome. All right, and we're gonna see you from the left. Again, there's that lean forward that we're seeing. See more of the weight on both sides of that line. Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, great. Okay, so what I want to do next is, let's see, can I do this?